Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So, I have kind of been toying with this idea of doing a Planner Sundays type series where every Sunday I do some kind of planning video, whether it be plan with me's for the week or month or looking back on a week that I planned, that type of thing, or just talking about different aspects of planners and planning and all of that. So today I thought I would do a little bit of a different video under that topic. I thought I would share my thoughts on my experience with bullet journaling. So if you don't know or you haven't been watching my channel that long, I actually started trying to figure out planning by bullet journaling. I didn't have the money for the big expensive major planners like Erin Condren or any of those, and so I really thought that was the cheapest way I could find a system that worked for me, and everything that I had seen on bullet journaling looked amazing. You can tailor it to what you want, you get to be creative, and it just looked so much fun, and it really could work for me, and I can make it what I needed it to be. I could pretty it up as much as I wanted, or I can make it as functional as I needed. And that was really what started me into it, was finding something functional to organize my thoughts and really get everything down on paper and just think it all through. That was really the system I was looking for. The best system for me to do all of that, to plan my days, plan ahead of time for things that I knew were coming, and keep running lists of things I needed to do, things I needed to buy, places I needed to go, phone calls I needed to make, all of that kind of thing, and remember appointments and plan out the chores I needed to get done and just keep track of stuff, all of that type of thing. And I really delved super deep into bullet journaling. I watched a bunch of videos on it, I really tried to learn it, and I tried to figure out how I could make it work and make it my own. And if you've been watching my channel, you know that I actually have switched to my Happy Planner right here, which I absolutely love. Honestly, I am so happy I found this. I'm so excited for everything it's helped me with and everything it's done for me and what it allows me to figure out and do. But I actually did really try hard with bullet journaling, and it was an experience. So this is what I used for bullet journaling. This is actually much bigger than the typical bullet journal that you would use. I bought some smaller ones, but I kind of already started in this, and so I really just wanted to use it. I loved the cover, and I just thought it was cute. So this is what my typical spreads looked like. Absolutely atrocious if you compare them to the pictures you see on Instagram or Pinterest. I was never able to figure out doing all of that fancy flourish stuff. My hand lettering is awful. My handwriting is not pretty at all, and in fact, even for in my Happy Planner, I want better handwriting just in general. But for bullet journaling, it made that kind of funny, and it made it a little bit more difficult. Just because it's not something I've been strong in, so to try to have it be functional at that same time was definitely more work. But I did kind of want to share some thoughts. My biggest reason for wanting to switch from a bullet journal system to an actual planner is because if you look, I was already setting my days up just like a regular planner. I was basically using it like that. I was setting up the pages for the week like that. I was using a weekly more than a monthly, and I really just had that system that I was kind of just trying to duplicate, and that doesn't work for bullet journaling. So while there were aspects of bullet journaling that I really loved, that I do incorporate into my Happy Planner, actually, that I kind of use different symbols from it, different concepts of planning from it. I really needed that formatted for me already, and I knew what format I wanted, and it was always the same. I never really switched it up, except when I was trying a new one, trying to figure out which one I really liked and worked well for me. And it just was so much work to actually plan in it, because I had to set it up beforehand, and I was always setting it up. Like, it was kind of always more work than I was really wanting to do at that point. It made it less fun for me, because that creative aspect of it, in that way, I was not good at. You know, I've never been good with drawing. I'm not good with my handwriting or hand lettering or anything that would actually make it fun to do that kind of creative stuff. I wanted to be creative with the stickers and with decorating, not really setting it up like that. And I feel like it's more of an art thing to have it be fun and creative than anything else. I wanted stickers to use in it. And I just really was so focused on, I knew how I wanted to use it, and it just wasn't a way that really worked with bullet journaling. I mean, you can do it that way, but I don't know that I would call that bullet journaling, really. So after I kept setting up my weeks, all of that same format, just really trying to duplicate what I knew was in other planners, like the Happy Planner or Erin Condren, I kind of started realizing I did want one of those planners, and I looked at prices, and Erin Condren's are a lot. Not that they might not be very, very nice. I've personally never used one, but they're quite an investment. They're quite a lot of money, and yeah, an investment in organizing, in taking care of things, in getting things done can always have an argument made for it being worth it. That was just more than I could even feasibly do right then to spend on a paper planner. And I really had dedicated myself to trying bullet journaling. So then, after I had seen my patterns in bullet journaling, and I really, really found myself trying so hard to make it work, I kind of put feelers out there for ways of getting a different planner. And in the meantime, I found my best way of using it was making lists of stuff that I needed to remember. So whether it was tracking stuff on the cars, whether it was tracking my routines I was working on, whether it was tracking shopping lists and different video ideas, I had so many running lists in it that idea of it really worked for me. So I continued that into my use of the Happy Planner. And that was one of the major things that I really loved about bullet journaling. I was not particularly fond of the way daily or weekly planning would go, although I don't know that I gave it enough time to try other forms of other than what I was doing to really see how I felt about it. But I found lists was amazing for me in that I really knew how to use lists, and I really thrived off lists, and so I can continue that now into what I do now and how I plan things in general. So there are a few lessons that I got to take from bullet journaling. There are definitely some things that if I try to go back to it, I know I would want to work on and try some new things and find some new ways of doing it, which I think can make it really fun. And I would probably take some form of a class in hand lettering and handwriting to improve mine, to actually make the creative side of it more doable and enjoyable for me, because I was trying so hard at that and it was just not a natural talent that I started out with. I will say I got a little better as I was trying it more, but I felt so behind with it, and that was super discouraging in trying to do the whole bullet journaling thing, because if you can't do anything fun and creative with it, it's not adding anything that I was hoping it would add to trying to organize things. And that's why decorating my Happy Planner is like my favorite part of planning my weekend, is the stickers, if you hadn't noticed. So those are some things that I found out about myself while trying bullet journaling, and that I really have taken from bullet journaling and used, and that's kind of my thoughts on the time period that I was trying bullet journaling. I would definitely encourage everybody to look into it if you would be open to that kind of thing. If that sounds like something you would enjoy, I would definitely suggest it for the hyper creative arts and drawing type people. If that is you, this is definitely your way of planning, and there's a lot of inspiration you can find, and it's just fun. So those are my thoughts on bullet journaling. That's kind of what I learned from bullet journaling and how I felt about my experience with it. If you have tried bullet journaling, let me know down below what your thoughts were and your experiences were, and does it work for you? Does it not? What do you find does work for you? How many systems did you go through? All of that. Let me know your experience in the comments below, and let me know what planning system you use currently to plan. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and share it with everybody. And if you were not already subscribed to my channel, click the screen and subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!